You're in a room full of people. Everyone's talking, laughing, sharing stories. And then there's you, sitting back, observing, not because you're shy, not because you're scared, but because something inside you just doesn't feel the need to fill every silence with words. If that's you, this might explain everything. We live in a world that worships noise. The loudest person in the room gets the attention. The most outgoing gets the promotions. The one who talks the most is seen as confident, smart, successful. But here's what nobody tells you. Silence has a language of its own, and the people who choose it, they're speaking volumes. Think about the last time you were in a group setting, maybe a party, maybe a meeting, maybe just hanging out with friends. Everyone's competing to be heard, voices overlapping, jokes being thrown around, and you're right there, but you're not jumping in. You're watching, listening, taking it all in. And people notice. Some think you're uncomfortable, some think you're judging them, some even think you're boring. But the truth, you're doing something most people can't. You're actually present. You're not performing. You're not trying to prove anything. You're just being. There's a reason you stay quiet. It's not weakness. It's not insecurity. It's actually the opposite. When you don't feel the pressure to constantly speak, it means you're secure enough in yourself that you don't need external validation. You don't need everyone to know your thoughts every second. You don't need to be seen to feel like you exist. Most people talk to be heard. You listen to understand. And that changes everything. Here's the psychology behind it. When you're quiet in groups, your brain is doing something fascinating. It's processing, observing patterns, reading body language, picking up on what's not being said. While everyone else is thinking about what they'll say next, you're actually absorbing the room. That's not anxiety, that's intelligence. Quiet people see things others miss. The micro expressions, the shifts in energy, the person who's faking a smile, the conversation that's running out of steam. You notice because you're not distracted by your own voice. But there's a cost. People misread you. They think silence means you have nothing to offer. They think quietness equals emptiness. And sometimes that hurts, because you do have thoughts, deep ones. You just don't throw them out carelessly. You wait for the right moment. You speak when it matters. And when you do speak, people listen. Because your words carry weight. They're not just noise. They're intentional, thought through, real, and that's rare. But let's be honest, it's not always easy. Sometimes you leave a conversation wishing you'd said more. Sometimes you replay moments in your head, thinking of the perfect thing you should have added. Sometimes you wonder if staying quiet makes you invisible, if people even remember you were there. And that's the battle, isn't it? The world tells you to speak up, to be bold, to take up space, but your nature tells you something different. It tells you that not every thought needs to be voiced. That silence can be powerful. That being quiet doesn't mean being absent. So what's really going on? It's about energy. Social situations drain you differently. For some people, talking recharges them. For you, it costs something. Every word, every interaction, every moment of engagement takes from your battery. So you're selective, you're intentional. You save your energy for what actually matters to you. It's also about depth. Small talk feels empty. Surface-level conversations feel exhausting. You'd rather have one real conversation than 10 shallow ones. And in a group setting, where everything is fast and loud and scattered, depth is hard to find. So you pull back, not because you don't care, but because you care too much to waste your words on things that don't mean anything. And here's what you need to know. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. The world will try to change you. It'll tell you to be more outgoing, more talkative, more present in the way it defines presence. But presence isn't volume. Presence is authenticity. And you, in your quietness, are more authentic than most people will ever be. You're not missing out by staying quiet. You're choosing differently, and that's powerful. Some of the most brilliant minds in history were quiet. They observed, they thought deeply, they spoke less and created more, because silence gives you space. Space to think, space to feel, space to become. So the next time you're in a group and you feel that familiar pull to stay quiet, don't fight it. Don't force yourself to perform. Just be. Let others fill the noise. You're doing something different, something deeper. You're living intentionally. And in a world full of noise, that's the rarest thing of all. Your quietness isn't a flaw. It's your filter. It's how you protect your peace, how you preserve your depth, how you stay true to yourself in spaces that demand you be someone else. So stay quiet, stay observant, stay you. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more people who know when to listen.